Are you Egyptian or English?
I'm someone who was born in Egypt for the first 15 years of my life, and a product that was created in England. That's how I'll always see it.
Okay.
You know, but my blood is fully Egyptian, 100%. That will never change. You know, right? So I am Egyptian, and now I'm a product that was made in England.
So the squash player
No,
is English.
the squash player, yeah.
But Mohamed, the person, is
Egyptian.
interesting.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah. I just prefer living in England, but that has nothing to do with where I come from. You know, fully from Alexandria. Had Egyptian coaches at the start. Then when I came to England, Jonah created that beast, right? And then for the rest of my life, just that life, whether from England squash or Millfield or the University of the West of England, that's all in England. That was all given to me in England. And it helped me massively in my career. But in terms of faith, that's different. That has nothing to do from where you come from.
Okay.
80% of Muslims are not Arabs. Right?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't know that. But
yeah, so that's what people don't know. 80% of Muslims are not even Arabs. Right? The people always just associate Muslims with Arabs.
Yeah.
Muslims with the Middle East.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But we have Jewish people in the Middle East. We have Christian people in the Middle East. Right? We just all live together in peace.
Yeah.
There. Right? But like in terms of faith, the way I see it, I always think faith is what get me through my tough losses, for sure. Because I always thought, let's say I lose a match 3-1. And let's say I was 10-8 up in the fourth to go to 2-all. And then I lose that game 12-10. Who am I to even think, maybe if I went to a fifth game, I would have won the match. Maybe what was better for me to lose at that moment in time. Because maybe if I went to a fifth game, I would have had an ACL. Maybe I would have had an Achilles. So surely God know that what was best for me was to lose in 4 games today. Because maybe something much worse than just losing a squash match could have happened, right? So the moment you start to understand that and think like that, who can break you? Who can break you?
Was that always there in your career?
Always.
Even since you teenager coming through, the faith was always a big thing?
Yes. And that's something my parents definitely engraved in me since I was young. Yes, I always thought like that. And I think that really kept me really consistent over the years. Like I said, I think 10 years inside the top 3, right? Continuously, something like that. And that's because of that. Because even in my bad seasons, I always thought, who am I even? We're nothing at the end of the day. This life is a test, Nathan. This life is a test.
Are you passing it?
I don't know. I don't think any of us will pass it, but I think God is going to forgive all of us at some point, maybe.
I guess part of that comes from the persona, the squash player, Mohamed, keeping everything very much contained within the box and not letting that personal side out. Yeah. That very few people will probably
go inside that box.
Very few people have seen inside that box and have an idea that there's a lot of depth to that side of things. Was that the faith aspect of it? When you moved to England, you were 14?
15.
15?
It was hard, Nathan. Oh my God, it was a completely different cultures. I had...
For context here, you moved to England to study at Millfield School with Jonah Barrington at the time.
3 years,
because you approached Joey.
Oh my God, that was lucky. I came to the world champ was in Egypt 2006, and my mother kept pushing me. I was 14 years old or 15, and mom kept pushing me. Talk to this player. He can play with you. Ask him to play with you.
So you were just in the crowd, just one of the kids that we see at the Egyptian events in the crowd. You were one of those.
Yeah, coming to watch about now in the world champ, which I was really gutted that he lost to my current coach Gregory Gauthier in the semi-final that day. Funny, what the Chibana to win. And then Greg played Palmer in the final, and they were both my coaches, right? Right? It's funny. But I was one of the players, but some of the matches were in the stadium, so the players were more accessible to go and talk to, right? So I spoke to some of the players. I wouldn't mention their names because most of them said no. I don't make them look bad.
You were asking, can I have a hit?
Yeah, I was just one of those annoying. Yeah, can I please have a hit?
So guys just come off the second round of the World Champs.
No.
15-year-old Mo.
The players already lost, and it would be like the next day or the day after. They're just practicing, hitting a few balls on courts and stuff. And Joey, whenever I used to be quite a shy person when I was very, very young. So my mom would push me like, no, I'm not doing blah, 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 until my mom couldn't take no for an answer. So obviously she ended up making me go there. The only person that when my mother told me, go speak to this person, and I just went straight away was Joey. weirdly. You see, I used to be in a French school as well, so my English was not that great. So obviously I go there, introduce myself. Hey Joey, I'm a British Junior Open champion under 15. I trained with Gamal Awad, who his coach was Jonah Barrington. So there were things to talk about and all that thing. And then the next day, I get a call from Wael Hindi, who was training at that time in Millfield with Jonah.
Okay, right.
He lost in the quarter, he beat Nick, and he played so well that week actually. And then he calls me and tell me, are you... Actually, the day before when I was playing Joe, he seemed interested when I was asking for a hit. He seemed interested in a different way. He told me, we have a school called Millfield, that's where my dad coached, would you be interested in all of that? And I didn't even know what Millfield was. I didn't know anything, right? And I told him, yeah, I would be interested, but what do you think? All I had in my head for him to hit with me still. But what do you think about maybe hitting with me tomorrow to see even if my level is that good? But all I had, I don't care whether... he can see my level, can go to Millfield or not, just hit with me. And then the next day, Wild calls me and then tell me, I know they had this conversation with Joey, and then they had a conversation with me. Are you serious about maybe going there? Because it could be a possibility. In 1 week, I was there. In 1 week, my life changed. Because I told him straight away, yes, I was. I don't even know till today why I said that. I didn't even speak to my parents about it, nothing, Then I called my mother and my father and tell them all of these things. And then for my parents, for me, it wasn't the crazy decision that I went there in a week and my life changed. It's my parents taking the decision to send me. That must have been a huge decision because it was just me by myself, right? But honestly, when I speak back in the day now to my parents about it, tell them, would you change that decision? And then they told me no, because we didn't want one day when you got older to think that there was you guys coming to us one day telling us that you guys had an opportunity that was available for you, and we didn't make you guys take it, and so they gave us that opportunity, my parents, when the opportunity came to Millfield. And yeah, it was Jonah made the move easier. When my mother came with me the first week to see how things are, Jonah just felt like a father to me. Still today, he's a father to me.
Just for that, you obviously you were in school, in a French school in Alexandria.
Yeah.
A week later, you're in a private.
Well, that when these things happened in August, so it was summer anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was the perfect time to go into the term.
Yeah.
Just 2 weeks late for Millfield.
But you arrive in England, English isn't even your second language.
Yeah.
You're on your own.
My mother came with me just for 1 week.
For 1 week, but a 15-year-old lad from Egypt that doesn't really speak English.
Yes.
In a.
But that didn't matter because me and Jonah had an understanding. You see, me and Jonah spoke one language that was very similar, the language of squash. And that's it. That's all we needed, right? We didn't need more than that, right? He didn't need to go on court and tell me hit straight drive or hit cross court. I just could understand what he wants to tell me. And I can understand what I'm trying to tell him, because no one is going to understand the language of squash more than the people that are, are obsessed, right? So we got along straight away. If he told me to have a session on Sunday at 6 a.m., I was going to wake up from 5, be there, So he loved... Jonah enjoyed being in court with me. He would get out of his way a lot of time, take me on Sundays, which is the day he's supposed not to be there, right? We trained every Sunday, I remember. And Jonah changed my life. He changed my life for sure.
You couldn't really, given Jonah's history in the game, to come to England, you couldn't have had a better foundation base to start from.
I wouldn't have came. It had to be him, no, like I wasn't going to come for someone else, it had to be so unique, and that was such a unique opportunity in a school even like Millfield, one of the best schools in the world anyways, right? Academically as well, right? So it had to be Millfield, and it had to be Jonah. That was such a unique opportunity. It would have been stupid to say no, to learn what I could have learned there. And Jonah was incredible. No one like him. Honestly, no one like. He did not take till today £1 from me. He never wanted to take money. He told me that the moment I'm going to take money from you is the day I don't have money in my account and I actually need money. And you would never say something like this to someone unless you treat them like your kid, your son, right? So Jonah was something different for sure.
Was it purely squash, or was there an academic? Like, did your mum go, this is a great academic opportunity, Mohamed, I want you to go to university and be a doctor type of thing?
Both my parents are engineers. So the dream of any two parents who are engineers to have their first son as an engineer. So I did my first year in college actually as an engineer, mechanical engineering. And I really didn't want to do it. But I was definitely pushed to do it, and I was young, and I was already in top 20. I was almost 18.
Yeah.
I was already in top 10, so I was already good at squash. It's not like I needed to. It was a risk. There is always a risk of still getting injured, but you're already there, right? The risk is reduced already. So I ended up not even going to my exams in June. 'Cause, like, I'm gonna fail 100%. Because in engineering, it's a lot of practical work. You have to be in college all of the time. Not like business. Business, a lot of it is lectures. You just can follow online and stuff, which is what I ended up doing at the end, right? And honestly, if I could pass, anyone can pass, right? With all the traveling I did and everything, like, come on, like, anyone can pass business, really, to be honest. It's all common sense, to be fair. Lots of it is common sense. And I enjoyed my time at uni, but I lived at university for 6-7 years. We had a squash house. Actually, we had the squash course a minute walk from us. The physio is there. All the facilities are there. I probably wouldn't have lived there all that time if you didn't have the squash house, to be honest. But even when I was world number one, I was going back and forth from there. It was funny. Imagine a world number one athlete is living in campus, right? I think Rodri, the Man City player, there was a period he was like that too.
Okay.
Actually, obviously with the differences in money that he was making, obviously I wasn't making anywhere near close.
No, not close at all. Take me back to Jonah. I mean, there's a bit of a dynamic there as well, though. Joey would have still been on tour.
Joey wasn't. I was his last training partner. He was still top 30 when Joey. Yeah. We had such good matches, competitive matches together.
I was going to say, I imagine the practice would have been pretty intense.
Joey trained hard. Joey was and he was so intense in the training, and I was intense myself, and we had some battles and some fights in the training, and it was so good because Jonah loved it. And and obviously Joey helped me so much to get better fast, because he gave me such competitive match at the top 30 level from when I was 15 years old. And that was such a unique opportunity to have. And because I was the only one there in midfield, because it's hard to get to other places when you're there, right? And so I was a good training partner for him because I was getting better fast.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about Joey was if we play at 5, he's coming at 6. The only thing I didn't like about Joey.
He was on Egypt time.
He was on Egypt time, exactly. And but I loved those last few years that I trained with him. Obviously, after that he got injured and he started falling down the ranking, and I was leaving the school, and I think that was he was starting to do more commentary as well. It was a transition period for him, for sure.
Yeah,
it was a transition period. But like, we had good sessions, and he helped me a lot even to get into play some league matches in England, all these things. Yeah, of course, I got a lot of help. Joey helped a lot, of course.
And Jonah was a mentor, still is a mentor now. Still, Jonah, someone you still talk to today?
Well, Jonah, the thing about it that with Jonah, actually obviously I saw him in June, right, for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And the time we spoke before, it was in the World Champ in Chicago. I beat Dimitri, right? I was 2 love down. I came back 1-3-2. I was working with the physio. We played the last match. So it was like 10:30 p.m., 11 p.m. America time, Chicago time. And then I found an unknown number calling me, and me and Jonah haven't spoken for like 7-8 months or something, and which is normal. Like, we'd call from time to time, and then the first thing he say, "Hello, my boy." He always called me like that. "Hello, my boy." Like, "Jonah, it's 4-5 a.m. in England. What are you doing awake right now?" And then he was like, "I just want to tell you, very good comeback, great comeback." I was like, "Jonah, like, we were watching," and then he was like, "I never miss a match, mate." I never missed one of your matches. So the relationship I have with Jonah is like more of a father to a son. So like, the times I go and see him in his house, I don't even call him before I go. I just take the car and drive there. And I know he'll be there, and whatever he's have a shirt on or he doesn't have a shirt on, it doesn't really matter, That's the kind of relationship I actually do have with him. And I'm so blessed and lucky I've got to know someone like that. And I think the other squash players like Gohar, Sherbini, Joe, all these guys that met him for the first time, during the Hall of Fame, they would have felt that energy, because he had a very unique energy, Jonah, right? Yes. And I think it was I even had a bit of tears in my eyes when he started, when Gohar came to speak to him, when Noor came to speak to him, because, he has watched these people for years on TV, but never really met them, right? And I know how he speaks about them when he speaks to me on the phone. I know how great he speaks about Gohar, how he speaks about Sherbini, about Joel, about these guys, you see. And when I saw them coming to talk to him and him talking to them, I could see the respect and all of that. It was I got emotional about it a little bit, because that's someone for me I used to see him every day.
Of course.
And he's the most unique, not unique, but like, he's the most special person I've had in my life, my whole life, in my career, in my personal life, everything. Everything. If there is one person who changed my life completely, was Jonah, for sure. Jonah. Yeah, and I'm very, very lucky, very, very fortunate. And when it comes to the mental side of the game, there is no one like him too.